Here we are together. It's taken a minute. How about a little bit of that? How about just breathing and a little sound? And whatever sigh, however soft, however loud, and for a moment, trusting that we can go there. It's just like the breath, we're going to cycle in and out. We're going to actually allow ourselves and invite ourselves to exhale into heaviness just a few times. At your own pace, your own breathing. As you follow, with more attention on the exhale, let's come into the present moment of our body. And what is that exhale? What do we sense when we exhale? Let your body, let your attention scan from the top of your head as you're exhaling through your entire torso, through your arms and hands, and let the body weight sag in your body. If that means the shoulders slump for a moment and the head slumps in any direction. Let's give our physical structure a reprieve from having to hold up against gravity. And that may mean that you completely fold forward, or you completely relax the body. If you're in a position where you want to lie down, you certainly can. But just allowing the exhale to take us heavy. Each exhale moves into intimate parts of our body, little places like our face and our lips, and it allows it to get even heavier. And this encasing that is around our heart, rib cage, the lungs, and even the sac that surrounds our heart. Let's let it go with gravity and let it get heavy. if you're able to take your attention down into your pelvis, your lower back, and that vision of wet cement or sand, allowing for the heaviness, allowing and actually inviting it in to our physical structure. Flowing with breath and the exhale and how it feeds our heaviness. And little by little, continue to follow the dripping and the weight down into the legs and the shins. Let the weight of your head match the weight of your pelvis and the weight of your feet. And it certainly is fine to shift your body around if the position you're in just doesn't feel good anymore. You can be weighted in another position and just let the body hang. And seeing and sensing how this body shifting and then hanging with weight. Different areas experiencing more weight than others, but still heaviness. And drop in whatever body position you want to take, or however you want to move, just a little micro movements. And drop in and see if there's heaviness in the heart. I've held a heart in my hands, and I can share with you that there is a weight to it. It's much denser than the lungs, which are light and airy. The weight of the heart is substantial. The cupping, I can recapitulate what it was like to cup a heart in my hands. It's not much different than what you might see on a television show. It sits right perfectly in the palms of our hands. And interesting enough, with all the density and the weight and the gravity that can be felt in our heart, the heart has actually a lot of space in it. And never before would I have ever imagined, but the heart can actually be unraveled, where it becomes tubes and chambers. So allow yourself to envision and also sense the compact denseness within our heart that is our heart. And gently, what would it be like to slowly unravel it? Still allowing it to function, but to transform the weight and transform the heaviness. To give it a sense of feeling like there's a little more room around it and within it. And as we breathe and expand and oxygenate our blood, and we get the sense of swirling liquid within the tubes of our heart. And what's it like to imagine or visualize that flowing sensation? Flowing blood as it swirls around the chambers and the tubes of your heart. Sloshing playfully, easing any tension and creating its own rhythm. And from this pulse, this sloshing and pulsing of the fluid of the heart, that liquid gets sent throughout our entire body on a path to bring our body nutrition, oxygen, and life. And just begin to imagine from that heart center, deep within your body, that warm liquid beginning to travel throughout these heavy limbs, traveling through canals that are quite large, arteries, traveling through ones that are a little smaller, veins, into avenues and rivers that reach the very end of our skin, capillaries. And all that starts from is deep within the chambers and canals of our heart. And as you breathe, imagine how that loving vitality of nourishment, how it reaches and branches out and travels to every corner of your body. And when we breathe, we create the ability to send more of that nourishment along all the crevices and the riverbeds of our body. And allowing the sloshing, the slosh slosh, that unique sound that the heartbeat makes. And as open-hearted as we might want to be, as we aspire to open our heart and fill our spirit and our emotions with compassion and empathy, we take the lead from our physical heart. Our physical heart demonstrates to us that we cannot be open all the time. Because even the chambers of the heart have valves. They have little doors that gently shut. And because of those valves of the heart can refill. And it can create the pressure that it takes to push more blood out to the rest of our body. So I ask you for a moment, all the compassion and the empathy and the feeling that you have for others. What would it feel like to your psyche and your energy to slowly bring the door closed? And just a few conscious moments, however long you need the respite, to keep from leaking out any of that empathy and instead reach yourself. And whether it be scanning your body or your energy body or just your see, however you see it, and just create a little more sealant. Whatever visual comes to mind, to very lovingly seal the places that you feel are leaking what you might need to retain. It's like giving yourself a gentle pat down when you feel as if the sealant is in place, I invite you to return to the breath. Refill, to renew. To reconnect in that quiet place that only you know. And to set yourself down and allow yourself to rest. In the very softest place you can create for yourself. And perhaps you can become sensitive to the shift, to the difference between being and succumbing to gravity and what we feel now, which is letting ourselves rest within ourselves. And perhaps a visual of rocking ourselves, rocking our baby selves, the softest place possible. A vision of holding your heart. And I invite you to offer yourself to you. And slowly return to your body and see if you're drawn in any particular body area to the smallest micro shifts that create comfort, a little lightness and freedom. Several breaths. Several breaths to coax ourselves gently back to the here and the now, and what we know that we have, which is ourselves and this moment. And if it feels comfortable to just lay your hands somewhere, wherever they may be called. To do a little gentle movement. A little lightness flutter through the eyes and the eyelids. Just letting movement slosh around with all that beautiful nurturing blood, however tiny that movement is. And very gently, in just a mudra that's comfortable for you, just a closing mudra, which is just a position to close in. And you can fuss around with the position until you find just the right one. And letting and allowing our light to be beholden to not only others, but to ourselves. And just a little closing bow I give to you with great appreciation for creating and co-creating shifts within. What a blessing it is to be able, for however short the period, to create shifts. May your evening continue on in the most beautiful way, or not, but we know we can create shifts. I'm sending kisses. Going to end it there, but you just keep on rocking your meditation, Holly. Thank you so much. It was just so beautiful to be here with you. Could really feel you tonight. Yeah. Bye. See you tomorrow, maybe.